And it's a successful launch for what can be billed as the world's most powerful rocket. Tesla's SpaceX has blasted off the Falcon Heavy in its debut test launch. The 23-story tall Falcon Heavy rocket took off carrying a cherry red Tesla Roadster automobile into space as a mock payload from the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida at 3:45 p.m. local time. It launched from the same site used by NASA's towering Saturn V rockets to carry Apollo missions to the moon more than 40 years ago. While the exact trajectory of the operation is unknown, the Roadster is to be sent into a virtually indefinite solar orbit on a path taking it as far from Earth as Mars. The rocket was last known to be over Australia. US President Donald Trump congratulated Elon Musk and SpaceX for this great achievement. He said, and I quote, "Congratulations Elon Musk and SpaceX on the successful Falcon Heavy launch. This achievement, along with NASA's commercial and international partners, continues to show American ingenuity at its best," unquote. So what is on board the Falcon Heavy? Well, for starters, there is a $100,000 cherry red car that belongs to SpaceX founder and billionaire Elon Musk. There's also a space-suited mannequin in the car's driver's seat, a sign on the dashboard that reads "Don't Panic." Blaring on repeat is David Bowie's song Space Oddity, cameras that show the Roadster headed deep into space. So what makes the Falcon Heavy so powerful? It is propelled by 27 rocket engines. It packs more than 5 million pounds of thrust at launch. It is designed to place up to 70 tons into standard low Earth orbit. NASA has congratulated SpaceX for the accomplishment. It tweeted, and I quote, "Congratulations, SpaceX. Acting Administrator or Lightfoot says all of us in this business know the effort it takes to get to a first flight and recognize the tremendous accomplishment we witnessed today." WION correspondent Steve Mott brings us this report from Florida.
Yes, after a delay to its initial start time, the Falcon Heavy rocket blasted off from Kennedy Space Center just behind me. Loud cheers from the thousands of people gathered along the Space Coast, they call it here in Florida, to watch the spectacle. The world's most powerful operational rocket, essentially 3 of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rockets, essentially strapped together, 27 engines in all, with about 5 million pounds of thrust. And that's a lot of explosives. It means there's a lot of potential for things to go wrong. But in the end, things went right for Elon Musk and his SpaceX company. The rocket was launched, the red cherry Tesla ejected into a heliospheric orbit around the sun, just a little bit further out from the sun than the orbit of Mars. This is an important launch for SpaceX because it means they now have a technology that is proven to a certain extent. This is the first of several of these test launches, but they're hoping that the Falcon Heavy will be one of the pieces of technology that the US government will be able to use to put much heavier payloads into orbit. For example, the US military has stated some interest in putting satellites up using the Falcon Heavy rocket technology. It's also part of Elon Musk's plans to put humans back into space. SpaceX has a contract with NASA to put future human missions into low Earth orbit, but Elon Musk himself has expressed an interest in colonizing Mars, for example, and he'll need a very big rocket to get human beings both to the moon and then on further into the solar system. So all in all, a very big day for space here, certainly the most significant launch from this part of the United States since the Space Shuttle, which was retired a number of years ago. All eyes will be on the next SpaceX launch and how that goes.